Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you've seen from the thumbnail, in this video I'll be reviewing another gaming console. It's the Capcom Home Arcade. It's an Orange Pi based games console that uses actual premium arcade parts from Sanwa. This games device came from eBay since it's no longer sold, brand new, and it belongs to my friend. It didn't come with any manual or box, only a power supply, so there's no unboxing in this video. From the little bit of information I can gather on the hardware, it uses a modified Orange Pi single board computer based on an ARM Cortex A7 CPU, operating at just over 1 GHz. It also has 512 megs of RAM with 4 GB of eMMC storage, and it also comes with Wi-Fi built in. I'll put up the specifications on screen here, so if you want to see them, just pause the video. This games console comes with 16 games. I know that doesn't seem like a lot when compared to some retro devices from China, but this is an actual official licensed product from Capcom that the company Koch has provided, and they also provide firmware updates and support for their product. The 16 games that it supports are some great titles like Alien vs Predator, Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, Ghouls N Ghosts, Streetfighter 2 Hyper Fighting, and so on. The full list of titles will be here on the screen here. Just pause the video. Now onto the physical aspects of it. It has a great striking appearance with a huge iconic yellow and blue Capcom logo. It also has a good weight to it, and which is a good thing, as you don't want it to move around when you're playing on it. Right, as for the buttons, here we have the Sanwa buttons on each side, proper quality arcade buttons, and we have the JLF joystick as well, which is also arcade style quality. And here we have insert coin and player 1 start button, and the same for the 2-player side as well. Right, and let's have a look at the side. Over here we have a USB port for expansion, an HDMI output, a power port, and an on and off button. And at the bottom we have just rubber feet, but feels quality as well. Right, I've got a tape measure here, and I'll now measure it across. The length is roughly about 27 inches across, and the space between the two joysticks is around 12 inches, which is a great elbow space for each individual player. Right guys, here I am. I've got the Capcom Home Arcade hooked up to my 55-inch OLED display, and here it is. Well, let's have a look at it now. To get into the menu system, you go up and then right, and you highlight the icon and then press player 1 button, or is it the insert coin button? And here we are. Here's the menus. We have control check, credits, display, factory reset, game selection, high score leaderboard, language, legal notices, system update, Wi-Fi settings. Okay, let's go into the control check. And here's the control check. Buttons are working okay on one player side. Here they are on player 2 side as well. Everything appears to be okay. Now let's have a look at the credits. And the display menu. We have full and wide, and full is a 14:9 ratio, how it was originally in the arcade, and the smoothing is in anti-aliasing mode for each of them, and widescreen is obviously the wide setting is for the widescreen mode. Pick whatever ones you prefer. Factory reset, that just resets your scores, it doesn't downgrade your firmware. And we have the game selection, we'll come on to that later on. And then we have the high score leaderboards. Language at the moment there's only English. And system update. Let's have a look at our version number. As you can see, it is version 1.0, which I've entered my Wi-Fi details in already, and the newest update is 1.71, which we will update to 1.71. Right guys, here I am. I've updated the system and I've enabled the music in the background so you can hear it. And as you can see, it's 1.71. Let's go back and have a look. There are a few minor updates and changes. There's nothing changed in the Wi-Fi settings. The controller check, there are minor changes in that on the system update. As you can see at the bottom there, you've got the free RAM system memory. Credits, you don't want to see that, that's boring. But the resolution has changed slightly.
Simpler.
It's a lot simpler menu system here. The display effects, that's also changed as well. You've got bezel, smooth and CRT. I won't bore you with the details of that. Factory reset, game music, game order, and oh, we have a new menu. This is the in-game audio level menu. And that allows you to have a better frequency of the audio. And you can now have a choice of different music. That's the original you're hearing in the background, and here's a new one. Fantastic. Okay, now let's go into the games and try some games out. Before we begin, I noticed 98% of you aren't subscribed to the channel, so please hit the subscribe button so I can continue to make great reviews of products for you. Right guys, here's the games menu systems, and let's have a quick scroll through the games. Versus Predator, Warriors, Captain Commando, Classic, Cyberbots. We got Darkstalkers, a brilliant game. Not sure about that one. Final Fight, that's a classic, and Ghouls N Ghosts as well. Wing Nice Shooter, Mega Man, I'm not sure about that one. Yeah. Streetfighter, Hyper Fighting, brilliant classic, Strider. And that's the 16 games. Right, on to a few other games now. First up is Alien vs Predator. Now here's a bit of two-player action with Darkstalkers. Here's a bit of Streetfighter. I'm the Ryu player, and when I was playing I did notice a bit of input delay, which affected some of my moves. Right, it's time to sum up the Capcom Home Arcade system up. Overall, I thought it was solidly built with a nice selection of games. Although some people might say 16 games is too small a selection, but were you to buy each of the games on their own on an arcade CPS2 board, it would set you back a pretty penny. I really like the smooth Perspex top, and the colours on the logo really stood out. It's nice they included proper arcade quality Sanwa buttons and joystick. There was one major flaw with this system that we noticed, and that is it had some input lag. Although it got better on the latest firmware, we did notice it on Darkstalkers and Streetfighter 2. Anyway, that about wraps it up for this review, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time for another intriguing review.